Today, there's more wireless headsets for office phones than ever before. So that makes it a big challenge on choosing the right one that's compatible and works for your specific needs. We'll help you by comparing a few most popular options in the Jabra Engage 75, Discover Adapt 30, and the Yealink WH series. Each wireless headset on this list is going to work with 99% of corded desk phones, whether that's Cisco, Avaya, Poly, Grandstream, Mitel, NEC, and the list goes on. They're all gonna work. The nuance is most customers that order a wireless headset also want the ability to answer in calls when away from the phone, and for each model that will require the compatible accessory, which is dependent on your make and model of phone. If you want to save yourself some time and hassle that it takes to research the right compatible headsets, contact us today and one of our advisors will be ready to help. Keep in mind, wireless headsets for office phones are in a different class of headset and can sometimes blend in with cheap Bluetooth headsets that aren't compatible with office phones. The point in saying that is I want you to have the proper expectations when purchasing a wireless headset to go with your office phone, because they can range from $200 and well beyond. So if you're saying that that's gonna be well out of your budget, then you'll wanna look at a wired headset instead. When it comes to the most important categories of a wireless headset like sound quality, battery life, comfort, and compatibility, each model on this list is gonna be very comparable. So in this video, we're really gonna narrow down the true differences of each model and then test the microphones so you can hear how they compare. And if you wanna get into the specific tech specs of each model, there will be a link to each headset in the description of this video. And if you decide to order from our website, feel free to use coupon code YouTube at checkout for an additional discount. Starting with the Jabra Engage 75 series, this model gives you 3 choices of wireless headsets to choose from, either over the head covering one ear, over the head covering both ears, or an earpiece style for those of you that prefer something that's not worn over the head. All 3 models are exactly the same aside from the wearing style choice, and you sacrifice a little bit of battery life on the earpiece option for the gain of having a more low profile headset. We're talking 9 hours versus 13 hours in this case. No matter which variation of headset you choose, the Engage 75 is gonna connect with your desk phone, computer, and mobile phone, so you would have a headset that seamlessly works with all 3 of your devices. Something else the Engage 75 offers that no other wireless headset can do I'm aware of is you can connect with 2 office phones at the same time. To do this, one office phone would need an RJ9 headset or handset port, and the second phone would need a USB compatible headset port. Surprisingly, from time to time, we do get customers requesting this feature, and still to this day, I don't 100% know the use case why you'd want to connect one headset with 2 office phones, but nonetheless, it can be done. If you're someone that does need to connect one headset with 2 office phones, let us know your thoughts in the comments below on why you're needing that ability. You can also use the Engage 75 while it's charging. So if your battery's running low or you forgot to charge the headset over the weekend, you'd have the option to use it while it is charging. The build quality is really nice, and for the mono and duo version, the headset fits very comfortably on your head without compressing against your ears and head too tight. The earpiece option is nice too for those of you who don't like the whole headband thing, but with any earpiece headset, it will take some time for some of your ears to get used to it. If you're a fan of touchscreens, then you'll like the charging base of the Engage 75 because it has touch sensors to guide you through setup, shows connected devices, battery life, and offers other customizations. The headsets and charging bases are also cross-compatible, meaning if you have the Engage 75 mono or duo, the headsets can be paired to any charging base of your choice. Now, if you have a mix of mono and duos and an earpiece style, the earpiece style can't be interchanged with the mono and duo charging base. The charging base definitely gives a modern look when on your desk, but on the flip side, it may take some extra effort to learn, which may not be ideal for everyone. Out of all the models, the Engage 75 mono and duo has a different microphone mute placement, which is located at the end of the microphone. So that could either be a pro or a con for you, and the volume up, volume down, or answer end button is on the outside of the speaker. Moving over to the Discover Adapt 30, all things considered, this is gonna be the best value wireless headset for an office phone to consider. Out of the box, you can connect with both your corded desk phone and computer to toggle between both devices. So if you mainly use it for your phone calls, but at times need to use a headset for video calls or listening to audio on the computer, you can do so with one headset. The Adapt 30 is the only wireless headset for an office phone that allows you to detach the headband from the microphone and interchange between a single or dual speaker. Sounds pretty cool, right? Aside from it being cool, it's actually very practical and gives you overall a better long-term value. The most common break to a headset is the headband or speaker, which on most headsets is the most expensive part to replace. If the headband were to break on the Discover Adapt 30, you would only need to replace the headband very inexpensively, around $29 to $39. The other advantage of the modular design is, say you order the single speaker version today because your work environment is too loud, but tomorrow you find yourself in a loud open office. Instead of having to buy a brand new expensive headset, you'd simply buy the dual speaker headband very affordably and you're good to go. Like the Engage 75, the Adapt 30 also allows you to charge the headset while using it, which isn't a common feature for most wireless headsets that connect with an office phone. You can easily mute from the Adapt 30 headset itself or from the charging base, and when you do mute your microphone, you get a nice clear visual indicator on the charging base to give you further peace of mind you're muted. The same button to mute is also your volume control. You just rock the switch forward or backwards to increase or decrease the volume, and the answer end button is directly against the speaker. If comfort is your main concern, this is by far the most comfortable of the other headband options because of how lightweight it is, the padding, and how soft the ear cushions are. It's almost too lightweight for its own good because when you first get it, it could almost seem fragile, but it's far from fragile and was designed this way on purpose. The clamping force and ergonomics are as good as it gets for all-day wear. In addition, for a tailored fit, the headband can be adjusted inwards for a tighter fit or outwards for a looser fit. All warranties aren't created equal, and in general, this is where Discover headset shines. Just because a manufacturer puts a warranty on their product doesn't mean that they're gonna make it easy for you to get a warranty replacement in the case of a defect. Discover headsets takes a different approach, and on the Adapt 30, you're covered with a 3-year hassle-free warranty. In the few cases that you would have a defective product, shipping is covered both ways, and it's very easy to get a warranty replacement and technical support. Lastly, the Adapt 30 has a unique feature no other headset I'm aware of offers, and that's the ability to permanently pair 5 headsets with one charging base. I haven't seen this feature requested a whole lot, but for those that really needed this, it was an office environment where multiple receptionists shared a single desk phone and they were all responsible for answering that one phone. So in a case like that, multiple people will have more freedom to multitask and be more productive without having to sprint back to the phone to answer calls. Plus, individual headsets ensure better hygiene for everyone. That takes us over to the Yealink WH series. When using Yealink desk phones with a USB compatible headset port, you can leverage any Yealink wireless headset to answer and end calls while away from your desk, eliminating the need for a separate accessory. This convenience isn't offered by other wireless headsets on this list. To ensure a smooth experience, Yealink wireless headsets work best with Yealink desk phones featuring a USB headset port. Compatibility with other desk phone brands might vary, so if you're using a different desk phone brand, feel free to contact us before ordering to check for compatibility. Depending on your connectivity needs will determine which Yealink model specifically that you'd want to go with. There's a number of options to choose from, so I'll break this down as simply as I possibly can. For Yealink desk phone connection, you'll want to go with the Yealink WH62, which comes in a single or dual speaker worn over your head. Or if a headband style isn't your thing, then you'll want to consider the WH63. As a bonus, they can all connect with your computer as well. And for those who want to get a little bit more fancy and have a need to connect with a Yealink desk phone and mobile phone, or mobile phone and computer, then you'll want to consider the WH66 or WH67. Just like the WH62 and WH63, the WH66 and WH67 offer the exact same wearing style options, but the charging bases and connectivity will differ. Plus, the WH66 and WH67 is the only wireless headset on this list that has a speakerphone built in, as well as the ability to add a Qi charger for wirelessly charging your mobile phone. From years of testing many different wireless headsets in the wireless range, this is especially where this Yealink series shines. Most of the headsets, you'll look at the tech specs and they'll say rated up to say 400 feet, but then you go to actually test it and you get maybe half of that. The Yealink series is the only one that we've tested that's got as close as possible to the actual tech spec, but every work environment differs. So to be safe and have the proper expectations, when you look at the tech spec of a headset and its wireless range, cut the range in about half, and that's about what you can expect. As a footnote, all the models talked about today have a conference feature built in. So if you're a supervisor and need the ability to listen in on coworkers' calls for coaching, You can do so either direction you go. Also, no matter which headset brand you end up ordering, make sure you're buying from an authorized dealer to get the best possible experience and avoid ordering counterfeit products that you won't be able to get tech support or warranty replacements for. Just a giant hassle and headache that you wouldn't want to deal with should a problem arise.
In a quiet environment, this is how the Jabra Engage 75 would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's no background noise. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a quiet working environment, this is how the Yealink WH63 or WH67 would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's no background noise. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a quiet working environment, this is how the Yealink WH62 or WH66 would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's no background noise. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a quiet working environment, this is how the Discover Adapt 30 would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's no background noise. Testing 1, 2, 3. With dogs barking, this is how the microphone would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's dogs barking. Testing 1, 2, 3. With dogs barking, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's dogs barking. Testing 1, 2, 3. With dogs barking, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's dogs barking. Testing 1, 2, 3. With dogs barking, this is what it sounds like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's dogs barking. Testing 1, 2, 3. With a baby crying, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a baby crying. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you had a baby crying, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a baby crying. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you had a baby crying, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a baby crying. Testing 1, 2, 3. With a baby crying, this is what it sounds like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a baby crying. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a loud open office environment, and this is how the microphone would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a loud open office. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a loud open office environment, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a loud open office environment. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a loud open office environment, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a loud open office environment. Testing 1, 2, 3. In a loud open office environment, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. There's a loud open office environment. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you were typing on a keyboard, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. Typing on a keyboard. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you were typing on a keyboard, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. Typing on a keyboard. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you were typing on a keyboard, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. Typing on a keyboard. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you were typing on a keyboard, this is what it would sound like. Testing 1, 2, 3. Typing on a keyboard. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Now that you heard the different microphone comparisons, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for this video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more videos like this in the future.